What? Hello and welcome to the Gatemen pregame show. Nick Magas here alongside Jack Sadighian on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Coming your way in a few minutes is this matchup between the Wareham Gatemen and the Falmouth Commodores. Jack, a big win for the Gatemen yesterday, snapping a 4-game losing streak. They won in Bourne.
Yeah, they did a great job. 9 runs in the 5th inning, their highest run total in a single inning this season. Just a tremendous job all around. I mean, a ton of guys had big games. Brannigan, Tommy Troy, Jim Jarvis had a good game. Tres Gonzalez extended his hitting streak. Great all-around win for the Gatemen to get rid of that 4-game losing streak and get their first win against Bourne in 2021.
Cole Kirschipper got his first start of the season on the mound. He was fantastic, throwing 4 innings for Wareham.
Yeah, Kirschipper was really good. He had a jam in the 4th. The bases were loaded, but he was able to get out of it. Nice job in 4 innings. Only gave up 1 hit.
Our sideline reporter, Julia Joseph, has Kirschipper now.
Julia Joseph alongside Cole Kirschipper. Cole, last night the Gatemen got their first season win against the Braves, and you started at the mound throwing 4 scoreless innings, 6 strikeouts, giving up just 1 hit. What was your key to success?
We'll first just command in the fastball, in, out, up, down. I mean, you keep the hitters off balance, and then you can mix in your changeup or off speed, whichever one you throw, and then really dotting the fastball in, out. It keeps the hitter off balance, and then you can choose which pitch you want to go to next to get him off.
Last night in the 4th inning, you guys found yourself in a little bit of a bind with the bases loaded after 2 walks and a hit. What'd you do to get out of it?
I just trusted my fastball. I fell behind on him 3-0, and then I came back with just pounded fastballs, and then eventually got him to ground out to shortstop. But I'd say I attacked him with fastballs the entire time.
So it was all about the fastball last night for you?
I'd say majority of it was fastballs, except for one batter because I know him personally. I mixed in some off speed with him because I know he struggles with it. But for majority of the game, it was mostly fastballs.
And last night, what would you say was the biggest confidence booster coming in, winning a game against the Braves when losing to them the night before?
I think just getting in the win column again. I know we struggled here in the past week, but coming in here and getting a win, it brings confidence into this next series against Falmouth, and just to finish out the season on a strong note.
Great. Thank you, Cole.
Thanks, Julia. We're going to have to take you right into this game as Braden Taylor steps in the box for the Commodores. Falmouth in town tonight to take on Wareham. That was the first pitch of what is the third to last game of the season. Adam Major now on the bump for the Gatemen, working out of the windup to start the top of the first inning here at Spillane Field.
Major, the best ERA in the CCBL, Nick, .38 on the season in 23 2/3. 28 Ks. He's only given up 3 walks.
Got a breaking ball over the plate for a strike. 2-1 now the count on the leadoff man for the Commodores. Braden Taylor, a .274 hitter here in the CCBL. Fouls off a 2-1 offering. Taylor just 2 for his last 13. Been in the leadoff spot quite a bit for Falmouth this season as he fouls one off the hands and over the third base dugout. Battles off a good pitch from Adam Major and breaks his bat, so he'll get back to the dugout, grab a new one, and try and go back to work with a 2-2 count.
A Falmouth team that just came off of 2 straight losses to Katuitt. Their playoff chances looking very slim, Nick. They'd have to win out. Katuitt could only get 1 tie at most in their next 3 games.
Major shakes, now likes the sign. The pitch, cut on and missed, strike 3.
Well, Nick, Major right back to work. The sweeping slider and the curveball working well. 29 strikeouts in 24 innings this season. He is one of a few aces in this Wareham staff. There's a reason he is the best ERA in the Cape.
First pitch to Harford on the ground to Jim Jarvis. He gets it on to first for out number 2 in the inning. Now the right fielder, Jace Borfin, will step into the box. Borfin hitting .289 on the CCBL season, 5 home runs, 18 RBI. 0 for 4 yesterday in Falmouth's loss at Katuitt.
It's so hard to know what Major's going to throw because he'll throw a fastball or a slider or a breaking ball in any count.
The large part of what makes him so effective is the slider was an 0-1 pitch, found the outer third. 0-2 now on Borfin. Fouled off down the left field line, out of play. Major out of the windup. Here's the 0-2. High fastball. Borfin left it upstairs. That's ball 1. Major shakes twice. Now comes with the 1-2. Check swing. He did not go.
I thought that was a strike anyway, Nick. Didn't get the call.
Try again with the 2-2. On the ground to the first base side. Mike Nell has some trouble with it. Now picks it up and gets it to Major, covering the bag for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning. What else is new for Adam Major as we go to the bottom of the first?
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
Badger Sport is a leading provider of superior quality team uniforms and performance athletic wear, including performance t-shirts, fleeces, shorts, and pants. From the fields to the stands and at every practice along the way, Founders Sport Group makes authentic, quality apparel accessible at the speed of the sport. Visit foundersport.com today.
Gatemen coming to bat at Spillane Field for the bottom of the first inning. Tres Gonzalez, as usual, leading it off. He'll play right field. Jim Jarvis behind him, the shortstop. Tommy Troy starting at second base in the 3-hole tonight. The cleanup spot is Owen Diodati. He's starting in left field. Behind him, Jack Brannigan, the designated hitter. In the 6th spot, Cameron James, the third baseman. And then 7, 8, 9 for the Gatemen, Mike Nell, Anthony Frichette, and Cade Fergus.
A lineup with a lot of bats performing well. Some would say too little, too late, but it's still fun to watch, Nick. Some of these hitters catch fire. The top of the order, and by top I mean the first 5 hitters all doing really well.
That's been the case for most of the season for the Gatemen, but what their struggles have come down to is really poor situational hitting for everybody in the order. That was even the case last night for the first 4 innings in Bourne. They had 1 run on 8 hits before that explosion in the 5th. But firepower from top to bottom, and guys in the lineup who we've seen get hits in big situations and come up with big days across the board. Tres Gonzalez will be the leadoff man. .339 is the batting average on the season.
And a vulnerable pitcher on the mound. Tuthill, lefty, 1-1 record in 7 appearances, 5.31 ERA in 22 innings, 24 strikeouts, 7 walks.
Tyler Tuthill out of Appalachian State. First pitch missed outside to Gonzalez. A ball and no strikes as the breaking ball misses inside. Around the infield for the Commodores, Braden Taylor at third, Casey Harford at short, Michael Bacchetti at second, and Chris Armstrong at first. As Gonzalez sends one on the ground to Bacchetti, second baseman up with it, and on to first. Take a look around the outfield for the Commodores. Anthony Hall in left, Michael Handel in center, and Jace Borfin in right.
A largely similar team to the one the Gatemen last faced on July 15th. But a few new faces.
Pitch misses outside to Jim Jarvis.
Handel's new, Bacchetti, Harford.
Taylor Smith was on the roster as well. He's behind the plate, but French started behind the dish. Jonathan French out of Clemson the last time these two teams met.
Yeah, Smith has been on the roster for a while, but the Gatemen haven't seen him.
Another high fastball just above the letters of Jim Jarvis. 3 balls, no strikes. Jarvis 6 for his last 9, including 4 for 5 with a double yesterday in Bourne. And now he looks at a strike from Tyler Tuthill.
Jarvis had 3 infield singles, including 2 bunt singles yesterday, Nick.
The 3-1 pitch. There's ball 4, a high fastball. Jarvis leans out of the way and takes first base. 1-out walk issued by Tyler Tuthill. A long, slow walk to the plate for Tommy Troy, the 3-hitter tonight for the Gatemen. 3 for 5 with a home run and 3 runs scored yesterday. We'll just go through these batting lines from yesterday one by one. And it's multi-hit games across the board as he sends one on the ground to third base. To second for 1, to first for 2, a double play. Turn Braden Taylor to Michael Bacchetti to Chris Armstrong for outs 2 and 3. That retires the bottom of the first. We'll be back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Baseball Factory is a company specializing in player development and college placement of high school baseball players. We care about guiding players to a college that is the perfect fit. Give us a call at 877-752-6025 to get started today.
For a nostalgic Cape Cod vacation experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950s-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities. The Gatemen thank the Bay Motor Inn for their support.
Baseball Factory's vision is to guide both players and parents through the college recruiting process into professionally trained players in order to find a school that is the right fit, both academically and athletically. Contact us at 877-752-6025.
Come on over to BB's Bar and Grill for food, drinks, and fun. Located on Cranberry Highway, come in to sample the delicious eats or relax with a drink while enjoying live entertainment.
Back on the Gatemen Baseball Network from Spillane Field. 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up for Falmouth. Major sat them down in order in the top of the first, and he goes back to work atop the hill for Wareham, making his sixth start of the season. The infield overloaded on the pull side to the cleanup hitter Chris Armstrong, who took ball 1 from Major. Breaking ball stays away. Anthony Frechette behind the plate tonight for the Gatemen. Armstrong in the box has a 2-0 count, and now pops one foul down the left field line and out of play. Around the infield for the Gatemen, Cameron James at third, Jim Jarvis at short, Tommy Troy at second, and Mike Nell at first base. From left to right in the outfield, Diodati, Fergus, and Gonzalez. As a breaking ball misses upstairs, pops out of the mitt of Frechette. 3 balls and a strike now. Major from the windup. That one's hit on a couple of hops to the second baseman, and Tommy Troy knocks it off his glove.
It's a rare mistake for Tommy Troy. The Gatemen as a team are very strong defensively, second best fielding percentage in the league, and Tommy Troy, not one to make many mistakes, but tried to round that one off. It just bounced off his glove. Sometimes it happens.
Would have been a tough play for Troy. We'll keep you posted on how it scored. It'll go down as an error, just the second of the season for Tommy Troy. Now a runner at first base as Major misses with ball 1 to Anthony Hall.
Hall riding a 10-game hit streak, Nick. In the series against Cotuit, he was 5 for 9, hit for the cycle over the series. It was just 2 games. He had a home run and 3 RBIs.
Big swing and a miss on a Major breaking ball.
A lot of firepower in those 2 games between Cotuit and Falmouth.
That there was. Those teams battling it out down to the wire for that final playoff spot in the West Division, but Falmouth all but eliminated now as Hall fouls off a pitch on top of the middle school over the left field line.
43 combined runs over those 2 games, and Falmouth yesterday fell behind 8-0 in the 3rd inning. Put up a valiant comeback, but fell short. 12-9 the final. They knew they needed to win that game and gave it everything they had to try and get back in it.
The 1-2 from Major is chopped foul on the right side. Cotuit now in that second spot in the West Division. Any win for them clinches that spot, or any loss for Falmouth in these next 3 games will seal the deal. Very likely be Bourne and Cotuit squaring off in Bourne as the pickoff throw goes down the first base line. It got past Nell, and now Armstrong is around second base and chugging for third. A long throw will be late. And Chris Armstrong goes first to third on a wild pickoff attempt. Looked like a pretty good throw from Major, but I think Nell just lost it in the sun. Never even saw it. And didn't really even make an attempt at the ball.
That's 2 tough breaks in a row now. An error gets Armstrong aboard, and an error gives him 2 bases to third. Still nobody out.
Now Nell puts the sunglasses from his hat on his eyes. Only does you so much good after the play is over. And Hall fouls off a pitch to stay alive. Count 1-2. Runner at third base, nobody out. Breaking ball from Major checked up. A long appeal process here at Spillane Field. It takes us a long time to figure out if he did indeed go around. Hall did not. So the count evens at 2.
And that error did, in fact, go to Nell, Nick, on the pickoff throw to first.
The 2-2 pitch is called strike 3. Home plate umpire lost track of the count, but got the job done.
Like that.
What's that?
Don't need to call him out like
Everybody
that.
can see it. He goes strike off to the right and then punches him out.
It happens in the thing. It's a new trend.
It happens in the big leagues. So it happened just 2 nights ago. First pitch breaking ball is a strike to Curiali, the designated hitter. Michael Curiali hitting .248 on the season. The 0-1 pitch is in the dirt, taken for a ball.
Major is very close to potentially being in a spot where he could get out of this. If he can force a pop-up from Curiali or get a strikeout, he could leave Armstrong stranded on third.
It would be a big ask, but Major has been known this season to do what seems to be impossible. The 1-2 to Curiali. Fastball upstairs.
Curiali playing well recently, Nick. 8 for his last 15. He had a home run and 3 RBIs last night.
Normally a middle infielder out of UCLA. Tonight the designated hitter as he checks it up on a breaking ball. Did not go around. Slider's been working from Major. Almost got Curiali to bite, but he stays alive and the count goes full. Major from the stretch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Armstrong moves to third with nobody out, and then Major comes back and puts the next 2 Commodores down on strikes.
And it's easy to get frustrated because it was 2 errors that put Armstrong on third. But the slider on a full count to Curiali broke all the way across the plate. His bat couldn't catch up with it. A beautiful pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts, and now he could get out of trouble here against Handel.
Handel starting just his 5th game for the Commodores is 7 for 18. Hitting .389 on the season in a very short workload. Buried in the 7 spot tonight. Watched a couple Major pitches go by. Count goes 2-0. Major kicks and fires. Curveball stays upstairs, and now the control for the moment seems to have escaped the right-hander heading to Iowa next season. Needs a strike here, 3-0. He got it with the fastball.
Pumped that one in. Looked like the top end of his range, usually 91 to 93 with the fastball.
Now a critical 3-1 pitch. And there's ball 4. Close pitch, tough take for Handel. And Major didn't get the call. Puts a runner on first in addition to Armstrong, who stands at third.
Well, that's not that big of a deal. You gave him a good 3-1 pitch. Didn't want to give him something right down the middle. Knew there was the base open. And you get another crack at Taylor Smith, who's not a great hitter for average.
Smith out of Texas A&M has split time this season behind the plate with Jonathan French. Major misses away with a slider to the right-hander. Missed with a fastball, count 2-0. 0-0 the score here in the top of the second. Falmouth threatening for the first time today. Runners on the corners, 2 outs.
Got to give him a strike here.
Can't afford to go 3-0 again. And he goes slider away, and that misses once again for the second consecutive hitter now. Adam Major 3-0 on a Falmouth Commodore. The 3-0 pitch is well inside, and another walk loads the bases.
Well, Major, the last 2 batters, has lost control of the zone. Only 1 strike in his last 9 pitches.
And an interesting turn of events, especially after he seemed to have such good command, pitching to Anthony Hall and Michael Curiali. Getting the second of those two guys, Curiali, with a 3-2 slider.
Well, he has a unique opportunity here against the 9-hitter Michael Bichetti. As George Carlejo talks to him on the mound. Bichetti's only played in one game this season. It was on Wednesday against Harwich. It was 0 for 3. So not a lot of Cape League experience for the second baseman from Fairfield. And this is an opportunity for Major to go after a hitter.
Bichetti in the right-hand batter's box. Major will go back to the windup with the bases loaded. That's chopped down the third base line and foul.
That's big to get that first pitch strike.
Major, just like any pitcher, most effective when he's ahead of hitters, but Adam Major does it as well as anybody in this league. We've seen him get 0-2 on more guys than just about anybody else, as he does it right here with the slider to Bichetti.
Yeah, and he's so dangerous in a 2-strike count because he can throw the fastball or the slider for strike 3.
Couple different strikeout pitches for Adam Major. We'll see which one he chooses. 0-2, and Bichetti stays alive. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded and a scoreless top of the second. The pitch from Major. Almost got the call. It was a high breaking ball. The home plate umpire said it stayed up. The Gatemen faithful disagree, but the count goes 1-2. There it is, called strike 3. Major comes back to strike out the side, battles out of trouble, and sends the Gatemen to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here in Wareham.
Cape Cod Healthcare is committed to coordinating and delivering the highest quality healthcare services which enhance the health of all Cape Cod residents and visitors. You can expect this level of patient-centered care throughout our entire healthcare system.
Imagine waking up to a seaside breeze, a fishing fleet leaving for work, and a crimson sun rising over seals relaxing on the sandbars. This is the experience of Chatham Bars Inn, Cape Cod's premier resort and spa. To learn more about Cape Cod's finest luxury hotel, resort, and spa, visit chathambarsin.com.
Cape Cod Healthcare offers a comprehensive array of medical services delivered by top-notch teams of healthcare providers. Their physicians provide the best evidence-based and proven medicine at their state-of-the-art facilities. If you need them, they'll be there.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the Cape Cod Baseball League and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape.
Cape Cod Healthcare is committed to providing tools and resources for your sustained well-being. We recognize the vital role of preventative medicine in your health journey and want to help you not only get well, but stay well.
Diodati, Brannigan, and James will start it off in the bottom of the second. Adam Major just a moment ago pitched into trouble and then pitched out of trouble, keeping the game scoreless as we start the Gatemen half of number 2.
That was impressive by Major. Struck out the side after 2 straight errors, put Armstrong on third. But Major did not waver even though he walked a couple batters, stayed with it, got the big strikeout against the 9-hitter Michael Bichetti to keep the game scoreless. More excellence from Adam Major on the mound. We've seen it from him all season.
So this is Owen Diodati, who, after struggling as of late, coming off a 2-for-5 day in Bourne yesterday.
Yeah, and that was big for him. Got an RBI as well.
Had 2 base hits in that game, was robbed of a third. on a line drive caught by the first baseman as he takes a strike and goes down quickly 0-2. That one hit on the ground to the second baseman. Bichetti fields it on a hop and gets it to first.
Tough when you get behind in the count, especially for Diodati. He hasn't hit very well this season with 2 strikes.
Jack Brannigan now at the plate. Also 2 for 5 yesterday. Couple RBI to go with that stat line as he takes a strike from Tuthill.
Yeah, over the last 4 games for him, 8 for 16, a home run, and 6 RBIs. He's dominating at the plate.
Changeup from Tuthill finds the outer edge. Brannigan down, no balls, 2 strikes. Tuthill allowed just a walk in the first inning before an inning-ending double play off the bat of Tommy Troy. One out in the inning, bases empty after Diodati grounded out a moment ago. Brannigan, the 5th batter that the Gatemen have sent to the plate, and he takes a breaking ball off his back foot. Sends the count to 1-2. Lays off a high fastball and quickly back in this at bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Breaking ball cut on and missed. There's strike 3.
Well, the Gatemen got going right away yesterday against Bourne. They had 8 hits in the first 4 innings, but today a little bit of a slow start, and credit Tuthill. He's doing a good job mixing his pitches.
Cameron James sends one off the hands back up the middle, but right there is Michael Bichetti to make the grab for out number 3. We'll now send it down to Julia Joseph, our sideline reporter.
Scoreless game as we enter the top of the 3rd. Good pitching from both sides, and Adam Major will toe the rubber after getting out of a bases-loaded jam in the 2nd inning. An error brought Armstrong to first, then another error got him all the way to 3rd, but he did not end up scoring, was on 3rd with nobody out. First pitch to Braden Taylor is a fastball outside for ball 1. And the 1-0, a fastball low. Taylor struck out his first time up.
And an interesting story, hit .324 this year at TCU. Had a huge year and really vaulted himself into the conversation to be one of the best players in the country. Coming out of high school, though, the only schools that showed any interest in him other than TCU were Utah and BYU.
3-0 pitch, a fastball right down the middle, 3-1. Yeah, we talked about him earlier this summer, Nick, as one of those few guys out of Utah, not really a hotbed area. Big 12 freshman of the year, second team all Big 12 as that pitch comes in for a strike to make it a full count. And Taylor, the leadoff man for Falmouth today, and leading off the third. Scoreless game. Payoff for Major. It's grounded hard to the right side. Troy scoops it up and tosses it to first for the out.
Taylor turning that success from the season over to the Cape, but now running into a bit of a cold streak. 2 for his last 15 after the ground out to Tommy Troy.
And it'll bring up Casey Harford, the shortstop out of University of Tennessee Martin. Ground out to short his first time up. He's played in 12 games on the Cape. Made his debut July 15th. One of those late arrivals, Nick, after the draft. First pitch to Harford is a fastball for a strike at the knees.
Well, we're only a few games from the end of the season, and it feels like just now we are finally starting to get some consistency day to day in these rosters.
That pitch, a slider for a strike. 0-2. Major, his characteristic fast pace. The 0-2, a breaking ball called, strike 3. 5 strikeouts now for Major, and he just continues to deal. 2 away in the top of the third. We're still scoreless. Jace Borfin heading to the plate. Left-handed hitter playing right field today. A 3-1 put out his first time up, and the first pitch to him's a slider up and out for ball 1.
Lucky that wasn't called a strike. He tried to step out before that pitch.
The 1-0 fouled back.
Once in a while you see hitters make that mistake. They step out of the box and realize time was never granted. So Major, rightfully so, went with the windup he had already started and missed upstairs with that pitch. Now 1-1.
Here's the pitch. Fastball outside, 2-1. Slight shift on for the Gatemen. Tommy Troy in shallow right field, scooted over to his right. Same with Cameron James at third and Jarvis at short. That pitch, a slider for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Borfin. Two outs, nobody on. The 2-2 swung on and missed for strike 3. 6 strikeouts for Major in the first 3 innings, and he has another 1-2-3 inning as we send it to the bottom of the third. Scoreless on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Clobbered high and deep to right center field, and this one is gone. A home run.
That home run's brought to you by Eastern Propane and Oil. Another scholarship for a deserving youth. Eastern Propane and Oil, we're in your neighborhood.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, including new majors in sport and recreational management, graphic design, marketing, and computer science, online at www.currycollege.edu. Whether you are recently retired or still working, Fairway Financial can help you create clearly defined retirement income strategies to help protect your wealth, create guaranteed income for life, and provide a legacy for your family. We are committed to earning your trust by thoroughly understanding your goals and dreams and helping you gain greater financial confidence. To learn more, visit Fairway Financial in South Yarmouth or go to fairwayfinancial.net.
Scoreless game as we enter the bottom of the third. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas, Nell, Frechette, and Fergus, the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up for the Gatemen. 2-1, 2-3 innings for Tuthill. The only blemish, a walk he gave up to Jim Jarvis in the first. Mike Nell, a right-handed hitter. First pitch to him is lifted deep into left field. That'll back up Hall to the wall. And now he's called off by Handel, the center fielder, who makes the catch in left center. Nell got a hold of one. This is just his second game for the Gatemen. And nearly sent it out, but instead one away in the bottom of the third. Still scoreless and nobody on as Anthony Frechette comes up.
Well, you mentioned before the game, Jack, that Tuthill was a vulnerable starter that the Gatemen could jump on early. That was as close as they'd come with a hard hit ball off of Nell. Other than that, he's been pretty good now through 2 1/3.
First pitch to the catcher, Frechette. A changeup for a strike on the outer half. Frechette has played 7 games so far this summer. He's 6 for 25, no homers, 6 RBIs. The 0-1, a fastball low. His last game was on the 27th of July against Chatham. The lefty Tuthill delivers the 1-1. It's flared into right field. That'll get down for a base hit. First hit of the game from either side comes off the bat of Anthony Frechette in the bottom of the third, and he is a lone base runner on first with 1 away for Cade Fergus. Scoreless game at Spillane. Lights just got turned on, even though it's still pretty sunny out.
Frechette going down to get what I believe was a low fastball from Tuthill. Wasn't good contact, but a duck snort, bloop single, whatever you want to call it, turns in to the first base hit of the inning for either team.
Cade Fergus at the plate now. First pitch to him gets to the backstop. Frechette advances to second. A 1-0 count for Fergus. And he's been struggling recently at the plate, Nick. 1 for his last 9 with 7 strikeouts. Frechette now on second, 1 away in the bottom of the third. That's the leading run in scoring position for the Gatemen. The 1-0 lifted high into the air. Left field, Hall back at the wall. He lost it, and that is out of here. Cade Fergus's second home run of the season. It got just enough to left field, and the Gatemen lead 2-0 in the third.
Strikeout 2. Cade Fergus comes up and hit a absolute moonshot. Stayed up there for a long time. Anthony Hall had trouble tracking it. We had trouble tracking it, but carried all the way out of the yard and gave the Gatemen a 2-0 lead.
I'll tell you what, I lost that one, and I think Hall did too. Had a beat on it at the last second, tried to jump up and make the catch. But it gets out, an absolute moonshot from Fergus, 2-0 Gatemen. First pitch now to Tres Gonzalez is a slider for a strike.
Well, the power in the Gatemen bats had been quiet for a few games, but now 4 home runs in their last 3.
The 0-1, another slider inside, 1-1.
Brannigan and Jarvis each hit one against Bourne right here a couple nights ago, and then last night, Tommy Troy capped off that 9-run fifth with a 2-run shot. And now Cade Fergus with his second of the season as Gonzalez fouls off a 1-1 pitch to the backstop.
2-0 Gatemen, 1 away in the bottom of the third. Fergus clearing the bases. As that pitch is chopped foul at the Gatemen dugout, still 1-2.
Tuthill with a 5.31 ERA coming into this game. That just climbed a little bit. This is his 4th start of the season for the Commodores.
That pitch, a breaking ball low, 2-2. Gatemen breaking the scoreless tie. A 2-run homer for Cade Fergus to left field in the bottom of the third. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Gonzalez strikes out. Second strikeout for Tuthill. Now 2 away in the last of the third. Jim Jarvis coming to the plate. Left-handed hitter. He walked his first time up. 2-0 Gatemen in the bottom of the third. First pitch to Jarvis, a fastball upstairs. (1-0), a slider that misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes to Jim Jarvis. That pitch, a changeup inside, 3-0. Jarvis, 3 home runs in his last 6 games. The 3-0, a fastball for a strike, right down the middle. That pitch grounded to the right side. Bichetti has it and gets it to first for the third out. Cade Fergus, a 2-run shot to left field. The Gatemen lead 2-0, and we'll send it down to Julia Joseph, who has Kershipper and Soderston in just a moment.
Julia Joseph here with Blake Soderston and Cole Kershipper. So before the Gatemen, these 2 guys were teammates together in the Appalachian League. So Blake, what was it like, your transition coming from the Axemen to the Gatemen?
It was a really good transition because I got to meet twice as many people, and I'll remember those relationships for the rest of my life with these boys.
And as you were saying before, you met twice the amount of people, you had twice the amount of teammates. What was it like playing with 2 different teams of guys?
It's amazing because you get twice as much fun involved with it because it's a lot of guys that I'll never forget and I'll keep in touch for the rest of my life.
And Cole, as of playing with 2 different teams, you also get to work with 2 different coaching staffs. How has that helped you develop more as a player?
Learning from 2 different perspectives, really, because in the Appalachian League we had big league guys and stuff like that, and then here we still have some of it, but it's more like college-based. But learning from 2 different types of groups of coaches, it really helps you learn like their perspective and stuff like that.
From Axemen to Gatemen, back to
2-0 Gatemen. We head to the top of the 4th. Adam Major on the mound, mowing down Commodores. Nick, 6 strikeouts in 3 innings. And the Gatemen on the board after Cade Fergus's 2-run moonshot to left field, his 2nd homer of the season. Chris Armstrong at the plate, left-handed hitter to start against Major, and the first pitch ripped to Mike Nell, who makes the catch at first.
We've seen that a couple times now in the last couple games. Didn't go in favor of the Gatemen last night as Diodati lined out to first to end that 9-run 5th. But Adam Major on the right side of it this time. A hard hit ball off the bat of a very good hitter. And an important out to get is the first out of the 4th for the right-hander.
Nobody on for Anthony Hall. First pitch to him is lifted deep to left center field. Cade Fergus on the run. He dives and makes the catch. Oh, my goodness. Cade Fergus laying out for a deep drive to left center. 2 away now in the top of the 4th.
Well, off the bat, I thought that was sure to be down, and that was sure to be down for extra bases. But Cade Fergus just made what I think is the best catch I've seen in this league this season.
The first pitch to Curiali, a slider low.
You combine the read with the jump with the athleticism it takes to make that play, and there aren't too many center fielders out there in any league who can make a grab like that.
A fastball down, 2-0 now to Curiali. And he just hit a home run to put the Gatemen up 2-0, then makes that play defensively. The 2-0 is hit hard to center field. Fergus has to move a couple catches back, and that one was much easier than the first. 3 up, 3 down again for Adam Mazur. He has 3 1-2-3 innings in 4. And the Gatemen lead 2-0 as we head to the last of the 4th.
Beat the heat and join us at Waterways, a water experience unlike any other this side of the bridge. Open daily, head over to the water park on Route 28, the Cranberry Highway.
The Gatemen would like to thank Wareham Country Market for helping to feed the Gatemen players and staff after games. They are located about a quarter of a mile from the field on Route 6, offering a convenience store, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a deli.
Village Signs of Mattapoisett. They do it all, from logo design, trucks and buildings, to boats. Village Signs has proudly served Southern New England for over 35 years. Visit them at villagesigns.inc.com for all your signage needs.
The Gatemen would like to thank Wareham Country Market for helping to feed the Gatemen players and staff after games. They are located about a quarter of a mile from the field on Route 6, offering a convenience store, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a deli.
Village Signs of Mattapoisett. They do it all, from logo design, trucks and buildings, to boats. Village Signs has proudly served Southern New England for over 35 years. Visit them at villagesigns.inc.com for all your signage needs.
Two 2-0 Gatemen. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Story of this game so far has been Cade Fergus and then a little more Cade Fergus. A 2-run homer in the bottom of the 3rd, and then a diving catch in left center in the top of this inning. First pitch to Tommy Troy is a fastball for a strike. Troy grounded into a double play his first time up. The 0-1 is driven hard to center field, tailing away from Handel. That'll get down. Troy a big round off first, but decides to hold on the bag. A leadoff base hit for the second baseman from Stanford to start the last of the 4th. 2-0 Gatemen. Owen Diodati coming to the plate.
Well, Tommy Troy probably should have tried to stretch that into a double, but hindsight's 20/20, and I can tell you exactly why he pulled up, and that's because he's been thrown out not once but twice this season trying to stretch singles into doubles, and probably a smart move just taking the leadoff man aboard for Tommy Troy.
First pitch to Diodati, a slider for a strike on the outer half. Troy on first, nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 Gatemen, and Diodati at the plate. Grounded out to second his first time up. The 0-1 is lined into right field. That'll get down. Now rolling to the wall. Troy screams around second. He's going to hold up at third. It's a stand-up double for Owen Diodati.
Well, Owen Diodati got a pitch that he hasn't gotten in a long time, which is a middle fastball when he is behind in the count. 0-1, after a breaking ball from Tuthill, I was banking on another one coming. Diodati thinking differently, got a fastball right down Broadway and drove it into the corner. Those are the pitches he likes to hit, and those are the pitches he hasn't seen too many of since a lot of opposing pitchers started to realize the same thing that we have up here in the booth.
Tommy Troy on third, Diodati on second. Jack Brannigan, the right-handed hitter at the plate. First pitch to him, a slider for a strike. A base hit and a double to start the bottom of the 4th. The Gatemen trying to add to a 2-0 lead. Tuthill from the belt. The 0-1, cut on and missed. Quickly 0-2 to Brannigan. Brannigan DHing today. Struck out his first time up in the second. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him with the breaking ball. And now one away in the bottom of the fourth. 2 runners in scoring position for the Gatemen, who lead 2-0. Cameron James coming to the plate.
Well, that's another strikeout in a bad strikeout situation for Gatemen hitters. Lead off 2 men aboard, second and third. And Brannigan goes down on 3 pitches.
First pitch to James is a strike at the knees. He lined out softly to the second baseman, Bichetti, his first time up. The 0-1, a breaking ball low. 1-1.
Middle infielders playing their positions. The corners are in on the grass.
One chop to the left side, charged by Harford. His throw to first is in time. Troy scores, and the Gatemen lead 3-0. An RBI ground out for Cameron James. Diodati advances to third.
That time, exactly what the Gatemen needed. Cameron James not trying to do too much, just putting a ball in play toward the middle of the field. The infield was playing back, so he knew anything on the ground would score a run, and that's exactly what he did.
First pitch to Mike Nell, a fastball outside. Diodati now on third. He's the lone base runner. 2 away in the bottom of the fourth. 3-0 Gatemen. Cameron James with the RBI ground out, recording his 8th RBI of the season. That pitch, a changeup, swung on and missed. 1-1.
Tuthill's one of the few guys we've seen throw the changeup to both righties and lefties. Like most pitchers, he'll throw it to righties a little bit more often, like most left-handed pitchers, that is. But
that pitch fouled back, 1-2 to Nell.
He tried it to some of the left-handed hitters from the Gatemen as well.
Nell, a deep fly out his first time up. Hall and Handel were both chasing after it. Handel ended up making the catch in left center. The 1-2, a breaking ball low. 2-2. A 2-run homer for Ferguson the third. Another run off of a Cameron James ground out. Now that pitch fouled back. Nell staying alive at 2-2. A chance to bring in another run with Diodati on third. Nell already has his first Cape League hit. That came in his debut Friday. Can he get his first RBI? That pitch, a fastball inside, full count. Tudhill, a deep breath. Nell wants time, and he's awarded time stepping out of the box. Couple check swings and working his way back in. No wind here at Spillane so far tonight. The payoff pitch, a slider inside, and Nell draws a walk. Runners on the corners, still 2 away in the bottom of the fourth. Gatemen lead 3-0.
Good patient at bat from Mike Nell. Saw some pitches he could handle. Fouled them off, probably wants a couple of those back, but ultimately not pushing the issue too much, understanding that Tudhill wasn't giving him anything too good, and laying off a tough 3-2 pitch, a back foot breaking ball.
Anthony Frechette to the plate. The first pitch to him is a high chopper to the left side. It's rounded off by Harford. His throw to first, caught on a stretch by Armstrong for the third out. Gatemen get 1 off an RBI ground out from Cameron James. Leave 2 on base. And it's 3-0 Wareham. We're through 4 on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
That double play is brought to you by TM Ryder Insurance Agency. Package your home and auto insurance for the perfect double play.
Wherever you call home, from Boston to the South Shore to the South Coast to the Cape and Islands, Rogers Gray has you covered for all of your coastal homeowners insurance needs. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at
The Gateway Tavern, located on Marion Road in Wareham, offers an extensive but not exhaustive array of menu choices. They search for the finest in foods, ranging from garden fresh produce to hand-selected seafood, and have special menus that change daily. The Gateway Tavern is proud to be the official helmet of the Wareham Gatemen.
Catchers aren't the only ones protecting home. With Rogers Gray, you have more coastal homeowners insurance options and a true expertise in their people. Protect your home with Rogers Gray. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
South Coast Health Operators of Charlton Memorial, St. Luke's, and Toby Hospitals delivers an unmatched combination of clinical excellence with a personal touch. They are proud to serve as Southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island's only not-for-profit health system, as well as the region's largest employer. South Coast Healthcare, plus something more.
Gatemen add one more in the bottom of the fourth. They now lead it 3-0. As we start the fifth inning on the Gatemen Baseball Network. The visiting Falmouth Commodores coming to the plate. They'll send Michael Handel, Taylor Smith, and Michael Bacchetti. Handel, the left-hander, playing in just his fifth game for the Doors. Walked his first time up. 7 for 18 on the CCBL season as he sends a slow roller to Tommy Troy at second base, who makes the play and makes the throw for out number 1.
Adam Major continuing to do a good job on the mound. That one looked like it was going to be a tough play for Troy, but then took a nice high, soft hop. And he was able to make an easy play to first. Nice that Troy's gotten some action the last couple innings. A lot of times you make an error early and you don't have any chances after that. It can kind of lurk. But he was able to make a few routine plays over at a spot at second base to quickly forget about the error he made in the second.
First pitch from Major is a fastball down to the catcher Taylor Smith. Smith walked in the second inning as well. That loaded the bases. Put Major in a jam that he ultimately worked out of without allowing a run. That's where we stand. 3-0 Gatemen. Now a 2-0 count on the catcher Smith. Sweeping slider, cut on and missed for strike 1. Major from the first base side of the rubber. And gets another breaking ball past Smith. Evens the count at 2.
Smith frustrated because from what it seemed like in his swing, he was sitting on a breaking ball. Still missed it.
Major out of South Dakota State, transferring to Iowa for next season. Delivers the 2-2 and misses away. Just one earned run allowed on the season so far for Major. As a fastball misses low on a 3-2 count, that puts Smith aboard with his second walk of the game.
Nice job by Smith. Worked the at-bat. And a hard take on that last fastball. It was just low. He's now walked twice against Major.
Major trying to come back against the 9-hitter. It's Michael Bacchetti. This is just his second start for Falmouth. He was 0 for 3 in the first game. 0 for 1 with a strikeout tonight. So still looking for his first Cape Cod League hit. And only has a couple games to do it as he sends one on the ground to the shortstop Jarvis. To Troy for 1 and a long throw to first. He got him. A quick transfer and accurate throw from Tommy Troy turns 2 for the Gatemen and gets Major out of the fifth. 3-0 lead. We'll be back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you. Located on the Cape Cod Canal, Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay is the area's newest rental independent living, assisted living, and memory care community. With some of the area's largest apartments and an ultra-inclusive monthly service package, Keystone Place is a life-fulfilling retirement community unlike any other. Discover Keystone Place, the best option in Cape Cod.
One of the Gatemen's favorite places for their post-game meals is Cool Cone, where you can get anything from fried clams and fried chicken to an ice cream sundae, and then top it all off with a round of mini golf. Cool Cone, located on Route 6 on the Wareham-Marion line.
The law firm of Lang, Exifaris & Bullard, providing families and businesses in the greater New Bedford community with legal services for 40 years. We look forward to serving you. For an appointment, call 508-992-1270. We invite you to learn more about the law firm of Lang, Exifaris & Bullard by visiting our website, lxblaw.com.
Tyler Tuthill back on the mound for the Commodores. He'll go to work against the Gatemen in the bottom of the 5th. Cade Fergus to lead it off, and he's the one who did the most damage to Tuthill his first time around. A 2-run home run that provided the first runs of the ball game for Wareham. They lead it now 3-0.
And let's not forget Fergus's catch took away extra bases in left center.
Fergus, a .250 hitter on the CCBL season, 2 home runs, 4 RBI. And he leads things off for the Gatemen in their half of the 5th. Squares around to bunt and pulls back. The Gatemen had lost 4 straight up until plenty of baseball left to play as Fergus took a pitch, took a ball, and now sits 2-0. Cue shot off the end of the bat to the right side and through for a base hit. Can't hit it much softer than that, but couldn't be in a better spot. Got all the way into right field for a base knock.
Perfectly placed from Fergus, and he continues to have himself a day, Nick.
So Tres Gonzalez now the batter in the middle of a 13-game hit streak, but he's 0 for 2 so far tonight, trying to extend that streak. Told us before the game that he wants that hit, and then he wants that home run. Still yet to hit a home run on the CCBL season.
Well, he needs to hit first tonight.
But he said he wanted to hit first, and he still needs to do that. As he tries to lay out a bunt, it goes right back to Tuthill, and a pitch to first base is out number 1 in the inning.
Well, the bunt technically did its job, although I think Gonzalez was trying to reach. Got Fergus to second. Only 1 out in the 5th.
Well, if Gonzalez wants to bunt for a single, he should take a page out of Jarvis's book. 4 for 5 last night. 2 of them were bunt singles.
And I don't want to take credit away from Jarvis, but a couple of them were some hard grounders, almost more than bunts, although he was squaring up.
There was one that was a good bunt. There was another one that went right back at the mound and just got straight past the pitcher. I'm pretty sure it actually hit the rubber on its way back. So to give you an idea of how straight it really was. But if you had any doubts about the power he has, don't even look at the 3 home runs he's hit in the past 6 games. But the double last night, a frozen rope to left field straight over the head.
And he had another hard hit ball to right. It just happened to be right at the right fielder.
Fergus standing at second base. after the single to lead off the inning. A 2-0 count to Jarvis, and he sends a deep drive to right field, flips the bat, and watches it go. Keep it up, Jim Jarvis. 4 on the season now, and he continues to show us that he can hit for power. Gatemen lead 5-0 in the 5th.
This is an unbelievable run for Jarvis. Coming on strong late in the season, all of his 4 home runs in the last 7 or 8 games.
First pitch to Troy is a ball upstairs. And that's hit hard. Left field it goes, and no doubt about it for Tommy Troy. The Gatemen go back-to-back in the 5th and lead it 6-0.
Well, Nick, that was an absolute missile from Tommy Troy. Everybody in the ballpark knew it right off the bat. His second home run in 2 games. This is a Gateman team that has seen the bats come alive over the last few games and riding the momentum from yesterday. Troy came up ready to swing and absolutely hammered that pitch off of Tuthill.
Tuthill trying to buckle down now. The Gatemen with back-to-back jacks, and Diodati has similar things on his mind. A big swing and a miss for strike number 1. Diodati fouls one off the plate, goes down, no balls, 2 strikes.
Diodati's got the power to make it the first 3 home runs in a row on the season for the Gatemen.
That pitch swung on and missed at strike 3.
That one's on me.
That's okay, it happens. I, of all people, know that it happens. And it's turning into a home run race between Jim Jarvis and Tommy Troy. He hit his 3rd last night, Troy did, in Bourne. Jarvis jumped back ahead with his 4th a moment ago, and then Tommy Troy comes up next and says, give me a 4th of my own.
I just can't believe what we're seeing from Jim Jarvis. He's uncorked some power recently that nobody's seen in his entire career. Tommy Troy's always had that power. He's a great power hitter this year at Stanford.
Well, we talked about his 2-strike approach and how much we love it, but not one of his home runs this season has come with 2 strikes. And
well, you would never hit a home run with that. Your swing is way too short, way too quick. You're choked up way too far on the bat.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing,
right?
But it takes all of the power out of the bat of Jarvis. As Brannigan takes a called strike 3, that ends the inning. We'll continue this conversation when we come back on the Gateman Baseball Network.
Serving southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Office Technology Group has been the area's source for advanced digital multifunctional copiers since 2009. Call Office Technology Group at 508-858-5825.
What's up, Gateman fans? Looking for Wareham jerseys, shirts, and hats? You can find all of that and more online at gateman.org/shop. Visit to get all your Gateman gear today.
And ticks. No, yikes! When the bugs get scary, just call Mosquito Mary's 866-ASK-MARY or visit us at mosquitomarys.com.
Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedoms. In support of this program, the Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey every Friday. This special weekly celebration of Red Shirt Fridays is sponsored by 47 Brand, HP Hood, Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority, Advanced Embroidery, and the Cape League. Support our troops and join us by wearing red each Friday.
The Gatemen go back-to-back in the fifth. They tack on 3 more and lead it 6-0 as we bring it back on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Adam Major back on the mound for his 6th inning of work. Missed upstairs with a ball.
5 solid innings so far for Major.
Got a breaking ball over the inner third. Braden Taylor, the leadoff man.
And it's been the slider and the fastball for Major so far. That's been great.
That one rolled over to second base. Tommy Troy up with it. And an easy play for out number 1.
A weird coincidence. Braden Taylor, the leadoff man, has gotten to lead off all 3 times he's come to the plate today.
Grounded out twice to second base. Struck out once. He's now 0 for 3. And they'll turn it over to Casey Harford. Fouls the first pitch off the handle straight at the Gateman dugout.
And if Major can go 6 innings, Nick, it'll be the longest outing for any Gateman this season.
That one hit hard in the air. Diodati can't find it. Diodati has no idea where it is, but now drifts back, and it's down and off the wall. Around second base and into third is Casey Harford, and that is not the way, if you're Adam Major, you want to give up your first hit.
I don't know what's going on in left field because we've seen Anthony Hall lose a couple of balls. I don't know if there's some weird lighting tonight, but Diodati right off the bat had no clue where that was.
It stayed up in the air long enough that I would like to give Diodati the benefit of the doubt and say he would have gotten there, but
yes,
a hard hit ball that landed just in front of the wall.
I think he would have made the play. And it's hard to say easily would have made the play as that first pitch to Borfin misses, but I think he would have.
He would have needed a good jump, but either way, Harford with a very hard hit ball had a chance to get out of the ballpark off the bat. As that one sliced the other way and foul. Jace Borfin now the batter. Harford with a 1-out triple, and one of the odder triples you're going to see.
And that's a tough break for Major. As you said, that's a really hard way to give up your first hit of the game.
Breaking ball grabs the inner third. Borfin now with a 1-1 count. And a ball low. Two balls, 2 strikes to Borfin. Major sets, checks the runner, now kicks and fires. On the ground, right side and through. A base hit scores a run, and it's the first run of the game for the Commodores.
Well, forced a grounder, but Troy was shifted over a little bit towards the second base bag, able to get through to right field. Harford comes in, and that's just continuation of the tough break. A triple to the wall on a ball Diodati lost to left field. But that's why it's nice to have cushion, Nick, because you're still up 5 runs.
Just the second earned run of the season allowed by Adam Major. And this one not pretty.
Second run, period, Nick.
The 1-0 from Major. Big swing and a miss. Evens the count. Chris Armstrong now the batter, 0 for 2. Reached on an error and lined out to first.
And that just shows you how dominant Major's been. Even when guys have committed errors, he doesn't give up runs. We saw that in the second inning. After a couple of errors in a row, got Armstrong to third with nobody out, and he didn't score. it's been dominance all summer for Major. But he's rarely extended over 5 innings, which he's doing right now.
Already through 5 1/3 as that's popped up off the bat of Armstrong. It will get out of play on the third base side.
The longest outing he had was against Orleans on July 16th, went 5 2/3. And that was where he gave up his first run of the season.
Ball and 2 strikes on Chris Armstrong out of the University of Florida. Runner at first base, 1 out. As he slaps one the other way, and it's down in left field for a base knock. Diodati up with it on a hop. And now 2 aboard. Still 1 out in the inning. Major had not allowed a hit, and now with 3 in a row. Anthony Hall will come to the plate. First, we get a mound conference. Pitch count getting up there for Adam Major, who has worked through one of his longest outings of the season already. 5 1/3 innings pitched, and now in a bit of trouble. Runners at first and second. Top of the 6th inning, and the Doors trying to do everything they can to put together a rally and get back in this ball game. For the Gatemen offense, it's been plenty of run support to this point, helping out the right-hander out of South Dakota State, eventually heading to Iowa next season. And he has not needed much help at all this season, but they've given it to him tonight.
Yeah, he hasn't. But despite his excellence so far this season, Nick, he only has a 2-0 record. A couple of no decisions for him. But now tonight up to 82 pitches. And I think the leash at this point is pretty short. If he gives up another base runner, Gateman most likely to make a change. Hopefully he can get through the 6th.
That one's drilled to left field. Chasing it over is Cade Ferguson. I don't think he saw it either. It goes down off the wall. And now the carousel begins for the Commodores. 1 run in to score. Armstrong dives into third. And it's a 1-out double for Anthony Hall. Cuts the deficit to 6-2.
There was something going on with the lighting in the outfield, Nick, and nothing like this has happened at Spillane Field all season, so I'm not sure what it is. I'm not saying Fergus would have gotten to that ball because I don't think he would have, but he had no idea where it was.
It was a clear double in the gap off the bat, but as you said, Jack, Fergus actually pulled up for a minute from his sprint and just started jogging like, I have no idea where the ball is, and you can see it based on his body language after the play was over. He put his hands up, looked at Diodati. Diodati did the same and looked back at him and said, yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. Meanwhile, Major, after 5 good innings of work, forced to exit. Runners at second and third, and a new pitcher coming when we get back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Highline Cruises, Sports Picks, On Deck Sports, Barnstable Bat, Highness Area Chamber of Commerce.
HP Hood, Sunderland Printing, Axis Bats, Quest Diagnostics, Cape Space. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
The Cape Cod Baseball League and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask for your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or any other intimidating actions will not be tolerated. Thank you. We ask parents to keep their children off the roofs of the dugouts, away from the batting cages, and out of the bullpen areas. Please throw rubbish into the barrels and recycle the aluminum cans in special bins located around the park.
Ladies and gentlemen, state law prohibits the use of any tobacco product on school property. Thanks for keeping us in compliance.
Cameras and video cameras are permitted inside Spillane Field for personal photos but cannot be used to reproduce the game, players, or on-field events without the express written permission of the Wareham Gatemen. Use of camera or video equipment must not interfere with other fans' enjoyment of the game.
Back on the Gatemen Baseball Network. The Gatemen led 6-0 to start this inning, but Major runs into trouble, is chased from the ball game, and that brings on Carter Rustad.
Well, Major trying to extend. Normally doesn't go past 5. He's only done it one other time this season and ran into trouble. 4 straight hits for the Commodores.
Hasn't been helped by whatever issues the Gatemen outfielders are having seeing the baseball. But either way, a couple hard-hit baseballs ended the night for Major. Rustad now in the game, inherits runners at second and third, and 1 out pitching to Curiali.
And I'm not sure if it's something with the way the lighting in the sky is today, because this has never been a problem at Spillane, but we've seen it with Falmouth where there's been some confusion on where balls are in the air in left and center, but it's a sort of dark gray sky, and I'm not sure if that's affecting the players at all.
Big hack. Curiali fouls off a Carter Rustad fastball. Michael Curiali, the designated hitter tonight, 0 for 2 with a strikeout.
And Nick Rustad on the season. A bit of a high ERA in 5 appearances. He's gone 10 1/3, but he does have 13 strikeouts.
Strikeouts are what the Gatemen need right now, as that's drilled to center field, into the right center gap. Chasing it over is Fergus, and he makes the catch on the track. Armstrong will tag and score. But a great play by Cade Fergus, getting a jump on a baseball. Meanwhile, Tres Gonzalez had no idea where that was. He didn't even make an attempt at going over toward the gap. And thank goodness Cade Fergus had an idea, was able to make that catch.
That was a heck of a play by Fergus. He now has 2 highlight reel catches, one in left center, now another in right center.
It'll go down as a sacrifice fly for Curiali. Gave a baseball a ride, but is retired on another good defensive play from Cade Fergus. Michael Handel, now the batter. Taps 1 foul at the Gatemen dugout. 3 runs have come across in the inning for the Falmouth Commodores. Anthony Hall now stands 90 feet away. A check swing from Handel. He did not go.
A lot of appeals tonight, and not a single appeal a set of hitters gone around so far. I think that's the 7th or 8th we've seen.
0 for 1 with a walk is Michael Handel. And a breaking ball stays upstairs. It was close. Rustad wanted it. Frechette wanted it. And the Gatemen don't get the call. 3-1 now. Hitters count for Handel. Rustad from the stretch, kicks and fires. Sky down the left field line. That'll move foul. Big hop through the parking lot as the young fans here in Wareham go scampering after it. Three and two, 2 outs, runner at third. 6-3 lead for the Gatemen. The payoff pitch. Grounded back up the middle and into center field. Another run comes home for Falmouth. They now have 4 in the frame and 4 in the ball game. 6-4 now is the lead for the Gatemen.
And unfortunately for Major, both of those runs charged to him. So his score line, 5 1/3 off 4 runs off of 4 hits and 3 walks with 6 strikeouts. And that was after he went 5 no-hit scoreless innings. So a tough way for him to finish his outing.
He pitched a lot better than his line shows.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
you and I can both agree with that, Jack.
No question about that.
Rustad misses low and in the dirt to Taylor Smith, the catcher.
And it's tough because a lot of times you're relying on the pitcher behind you to help save your ERA.
That tends to happen. But ERA aside, as a close pickoff throw goes to first base, can't help but wonder how this inning would have been different if Diodati had been able to track down that first fly ball.
You're right.
It was a hard hit ball, but a play that I think we both think that Diodati himself knows he can make had he seen that ball off the bat. And to no fault of Diodati's or Mazur's, that was really the leadoff. That was the one-out batter that started it all, and that triple was really the final nail for Adam Mazur as the ball started rolling from there. Two 2-0 count now to Taylor Smith. Has not recorded an at-bat yet in this game. 2 walks. And well on his way to another one here, but takes a strike.
Well, Rustad has had his struggles, mainly giving up hard-hit balls so far this season. He throws a good amount of strikes, only walked 4 batters.
That pickoff throw skips short of the bag and gets by Nell. Pulling up at second base now is Michael Handel. He moves into scoring position on the second wild pickoff throw tonight from Gatemen pitchers. First one was an error charge to Nell after he lost the ball in the sun, but this time this one will go on Rustad as he left it well short of the bag. Never a chance for Mike Nell over there at first base to dig it, and he never got have a chance to get a tag down either.
Well, that's part of the risk when you have a hard pickoff throw to first is if you pull it, it'll skip past the bag, and that's just what Rustad did. He relies a lot on his arm as part of his pickoff move.
It actually bounced in the grass before the dirt as the 2-1 pitch swung on and missed. Rustad set, working from the belt. Now delivers the 2-2. Misses low. Frechette up with it, and the count goes full.
He really has a tendency to overthrow that fastball sometimes, Nick. He's trying so hard to rear back and throw it as hard as he can.
Couldn't agree with that more completely. The 3-2. In the dirt, ball 4. Carter Rustad has lost the zone, and the threat continues for the Doors.
I'm just hoping to find a way to get out of this inning. 4 runs already for the Commodores. Now the tying run on first. This has been all too familiar for Gateman pitching recently. Just got to find a way to get out of it.
Michael Bacchetti now the batter.
And this is a good opportunity, Nick.
Certainly don't want to go back to the top of the order. Bacchetti, the 9-hitter, has yet to record a Cape League hit. Would be a good time for his first if you're a Commodore fan, but if you're Carter Rustad, a good out to get and a necessary out to get. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, runners at first and second. 6-4 lead for Wareham as the breaking ball stays upstairs and evens the count. Bacchetti 0 for 2 with a strikeout, also grounded into a double play. Rustad kicks and fires and gets the fastball over the outer corner for strike 2.
That was his best pitch so far. Perfectly located, grazes the high outside corner. Now he needs one more big-time pitch.
The 1-2 goes to the slider and gets the strikeout. Rustad battles through it, but the Commodores are right back in this game, 6-4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's game.
The Mezzaluna Restaurant is a family-run Italian restaurant celebrating 80 years in business. Located on Main Street in Buzzards Bay, Mezzaluna specializes in Italian cuisine, a lunch menu that's the best deal in town, and serving some of Cape Cod's famous prime rib every Wednesday and Saturday. Come enjoy the feast at Mezzaluna, the Italian family restaurant.
Get your glow on at Compassionate Med Spa. They're compassionate about getting your perfect skin. Come get your glow on. Call 774-678-7319. Mention this ad and get 25% off at Hydra Facial.
Northeast Maritime Institute's College of Maritime Science is a proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen. If you're looking for a career at sea, look to NMI's program of education, adventure, and employment on northeastmaritime.com, America's premier two-year maritime college.
After the game, visit El Mariachi on Main Street for the best Mexican food in Wareham. The cantina provides a delicious late-night snack accompanied by fun cocktails.
Got legal trouble? Attorney Mark Deshays is here to help the greater New Bedford area with real estate and business law, estate planning, and probate. Visit him today.
Game and half of the 6th inning as Levi Wells comes to the mound for the Commodores, protecting a 6-4 lead.
Yeah, right-hander out of Texas Tech. He's done a pretty good job so far this summer. 3.85 ERA in 9 appearances. 23 strikeouts in 14 innings, Nick. He has issued 9 walks. But typically a 1 or 2 inning guy for the Commodores that will come in and help bridge the gap in middle relief. And Tuthill, not the best stat line, but he did eat up a lot of innings for the Commodores and did a decent job. Just got hammered a couple of times, especially in that 5th inning.
The Gatemen already with 3 home runs in this game. They took the lead 6-0, but the Commodores battled right back. 4 in their half of the 6th, and now the Gatemen trying to answer. Cameron James at the dish first, and Wells gets a fastball over the plate for strike 1. Breaking ball misses downstairs. James 0 for 2 with a line out and a ground out. The 1-1 in the dirt as well. Nice snag from Cameron James, who caught it out in front with his left hand. Would have been even better if he threw it back to the pitcher.
Low-key athleticism stuff that you see all the time in leagues like this, but just goes unnoticed because of how good of athletes these guys are. I mean, that kind of stuff happens all the time.
Three and 1 the count to James. Tapped foul left side. Got the fastball he wanted. Just a little bit too over anxious. James, a 161 hitter coming into this game. 2 home runs, 7 RBI. As he calls time. He's the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 6th. Nobody on, nobody out. Levi Wells on for his first inning of work from the windup. And he throws a breaking ball outside, puts James on board to lead off the inning. Some scores around the league, Jack.
Yeah, the Braves ahead of Katuitt 11-1 in the top of the 8th. If this result holds today in Wareham, that will be the first-round matchup in the Western Division Finals. So Bourne dominating that one, and a little preview of the potential playoff series.
Don't let the score in that game, 11-1, confuse you into thinking that that series is going to be a blowout. For as good as Bourne's record has been, Katuitt, the hotter team as of late, and that 3-game series, wouldn't be shocked if it goes all 3. Wouldn't be shocked if it's really, really close. As a splintered bat ground ball goes to the second baseman, Bichetti throws it to first, but more importantly, making sure every fan is okay, as the barrel of that bat went flying out of the field of play and actually hit the middle school in the window.
That's why you have that bulletproof glass. We've mentioned it a couple times. Bat-proof, too, I figured. If it could take a bullet, it can probably take a bat.
Mike Nell retired for the second time today. Cameron James moves to second base. He's in scoring position now for Anthony Frichette. As a quick meeting between battery mates. One out runner at second base for the Gatemen. Bottom of the 6th inning as Frichette takes a ball from Levi Wells.
Yeah, all 4 runs for the Commodores in the top of the inning. Be nice to get 1 or 2 of those back.
Base hit should do it as Cameron James runs pretty well. Fastball looked to be just off the outside corner, but Levi got the call.
There's been some space on the outside part of the plate, but it's been consistent so far tonight, Nick.
The count is 1-1. Frichette takes a fastball, takes another strike. Both catchers for the Gatemen choosing to go to the plate with no batting gloves. Jimmy Crook's not in the lineup tonight, but
is that a catcher thing? I don't think it is.
I don't think it's a catcher thing.
It's just our catcher thing.
I think that's the case. Can't imagine how that would be comfortable, but it works for them. The 1-2 gets to the backstop. A breaking ball scampered away from the catcher, Taylor Smith. And with 1 out, that puts Cameron James on third.
And huge for the reason you just mentioned, Nick. There's only 1 out, and you get the run 90 feet away, which means if Frichette can put a ball in play here, there's a good chance that James can score. And Falmouth responding, bringing their infield all the way up.
Ball on the ground should bring a throw home from any of these 4 Commodore infielders. 5, that is, including Levi Wells. As Wells with a 2-2 count delivers to Frichette, swings and misses, and check that, it's fouled off.
Looks like he just caught a piece off the end of his bat. Don't know how he connected with that one, but he did.
I don't either. I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything, but nobody reacted. Frichette clearly catching a piece of the 2-2 pitch. Now we try it again. Called strike 3. Wells went back to the same spot. He got strike 1 just off the outer part to Frichette and knows he can get that call once again, going back there with the fastball and getting strike 3.
Yeah, that's just smart pitching. You know you've got an extra 4 to 6 inches on that part of the plate. That might be a little
better.
4 to 6 centimeters, maybe? I don't know what measurement I was going for.
It's a ball off, I would say.
Maybe like 1.5 inches. It's not that wide of a zone tonight.
Wells going back out there, though. The first pitch to Cade Fergus. The 0-1 pitch catches the inside corner.
Wells is running into Fergus to try and get this final out, who already has a 2-run homer and a base hit.
Wait for the 0-2 to Fergus. Fouled off. Fergus choked way up on the bat. James stands at third base. A much-needed insurance run for the Gatemen. But Fergus needs a hit here to drive him home. No balls, 2 strikes. Wells from the windup. Cut on and missed, strike 3. Frechette down on strikes, Fergus down on strikes, and we send it to the 7th on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
For a nostalgic Cape Cod vacation experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950s-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities. The Gatemen thank the Bay Motor Inn for their support.
Baseball Factory's vision is to guide both players and parents through the college recruiting process into professionally trained players in order to find a school that is the right fit, both academically and athletically. Contact us at 877-752-6025.
Come on over to BB's Bar and Grill for food, drinks, and fun. Located on Cranberry Highway, come in to sample the delicious eats or relax with a drink while enjoying live entertainment. BB's is one of our team meal partners.
Two-run lead for the Gatemen. We head to the top of the 7th. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas. Carter Rustad on the mound after getting the last 2 outs of the 6th. And he will have the top of the order. Taylor, Harford, and Borfin. How about this, Nick? Taylor's 4th time up now. And even though he's the leadoff man, he has led off every single time he's come up. In the 1st, the 3rd, the 6th, and now the 7th. The first pitch to him is a fastball for a strike on the outer edge of the plate.
Well, that's the nice way of calling out Michael Bicchetti, who has now made the final out of each of the 3 innings he's come to the plate.
Taylor's 0 for 3 as well.
That's the way it goes.
There's a breaking ball for a strike, 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Taylor down on strikes. Rustad's 2nd strikeout for the first out of the 7th. 6-4 Gatemen, nobody on. And Casey Harford coming to the plate. He started the rally in the last inning, Nick, with a triple to the wall in left field.
Got a little help on that triple from a gray evening sky. But a hard-hit ball nonetheless, and that's what got everything going in that 4-run 6th inning for the Falmouth Commodores.
First pitch to Harford missed. A triple is his only hit so far today, 1 for 3. The 1-0, a fastball low, 2-0. And it was a tough break for Major, Nick, because he goes 5 no-hit innings and then only gets 1 out in the 5th, but all the damage for the Commodores charged to Major. 4 runs. That pitch, a breaking ball. That swung on and missed. 2-1 to Harford. Gatemen spreading their runs out. The 2-1, a slider check swing, and Harford did indeed go around. 2-2.
Harford out of the University of Tennessee Martin. One of 100 players on the Brooks Wallace Award watch list, spotlighting the nation's top shortstop.
2-2, grounded foul at the Falmouth dugout. The Gatemen had 2 runs in the third off of a homer from Cade Fergus to left, another in the fourth on a ground out from James that brought in Tommy Troy, and then back-to-back home runs for Jarvis and Troy in the fifth. The 2-2 called for strike 3, a pretty slider from Rustad. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the seventh, and Jace Borfin heading to the plate. Six-4 Gatemen. The left-handed hitter Borfin is 1 for 3 with an RBI single in the last inning. Rustad, back-to-back strikeouts to start the seventh. His first pitch to Borfin is a fastball for a strike on the outer edge. And Rustad now taking advantage of the outside part of the plate.
Well, as you said, Jack, it's been a consistent zone all night.
The 0-1 cut on and missed. Quickly 0-2 to Borfin. Here's the 0-2 with 2 outs. A fastball that misses inside. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Borfin. 2 away in the top of the seventh. Gatemen up 6-4. A deep breath from Rustad. The 2-2 from the windup is lifted foul over the left side. Borfin out of Oklahoma. Came into this summer wanting to work on his power, and he's done a decent job of that. 5 home runs, 19 RBIs, and 8 doubles on the Cape League season. Another 2-2 is grounded hard to the right side. Troy has it, ranging to his right, and now flicks it to Nell for the last out of the top of the seventh. Time to stretch here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Wareham up by 2. We have stretched, and we're ready for the bottom of the seventh. The top of the order coming up for the Gatemen. Gonzalez, Jarvis, and Troy. Wareham up by 2 as we start the last of the seventh. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas. Gonzalez still looking for his first hit tonight. He's 0 for 3. The first pitch to him, a fastball outside. trying to extend a 13-game hit streak.
And a selfless teammate. A sacrifice bunt in the 5th inning, even though he wants that hit streak as bad as anybody I know.
That pitch lifted foul over the left side, 1-1. The 1-1, a slider inside. Gatemen with 2 in the 3rd, another in the 4th, and 3 in the 5th. 3 home runs for Wareham tonight. Fergus, Jarvis, and Troy. Falmouth with all 4 of their runs in the 6th. The 2-1 to Gonzalez is a fastball for a strike on the inside part of the plate. Gatemen looking for their first win of the season against Falmouth. They're 0-2-1 against the Commodores so far. They'll head to Gov Fuller Field tomorrow to finish the home and home. 2-2, a fastball outside. Full count. Payoff pitch for Tres Gonzalez on the way. It's a fastball inside for ball 4. Gonzalez draws a leadoff walk to start the bottom of the 7th. Left-handed hitter Jim Jarvis coming up now. He's 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer to right field in the 5th and also drew a walk in the 1st. And we talked about the recent power Jarvis has shown seemingly out of nowhere, Nick. 4 home runs in what I believe is his last 7 games. Throw over to first to check on Gonzalez, goes off of his foot.
Actually hit him in the bottom of the shoe.
Don't see that often. Gonzalez a smile as he's up on first.
And they want to take that baseball out of play, understandably so. Probably a pretty good cleat mark in it. Wonder what kind of breaking ball Levi Wells could throw with a hole in the ball.
Yeah. That baseball is officially retired. Gonzalez on first, nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. Gatemen up by 2. Now the first pitch to Jarvis, that misses inside and gets to the backstop. Gonzalez to second.
And for Jarvis, I think the big difference for him is that he's really started to believe that he can hit with less than 2 strikes. So early in the season, just about every at-bat he was 2 strikes. And we started calling him Jimmy 2 strikes, not just for his approach, but because of the fact that it seemed like the only time he would swing or put balls in play was when he was down in the count, 1-2, 0-2. And now he's attacking a lot of pitches early in counts as he lays down a bunt here.
Down the third base line, and no play for the third baseman, Taylor. Another mastery of the bunt for Jim Jarvis. He reaches, and the Gatemen have runners on the corners. Nobody out in the bottom of the 7th, trying to add to a 2-run lead.
And that's the fun thing about Jarvis. I think he has just as much fun laying down a bunt as he does hitting a home run. Otherwise, he wouldn't have tried it 3 times in the last 3 games. All 3 of them have been for base hits, by the way.
Not to mention he's ridiculously good at bunting. The do-it-all man, Jim Jarvis, a bunt single. Runners on the corners for Tommy Troy. And the first pitch to him is a slider away.
And you can see it for Jarvis in the way he goes about batting practice. Generally, during the BP rounds, you bunt a couple at the beginning, you bunt one at the end of your rounds, and a lot of guys will just stick the barrel out and poke one somewhere in the infield to, going through the motions in a situation like that. But Jarvis is always locked in. When it comes time to bunt during batting practice, he is laying it down. He's trying to get it within a couple feet of the line, and you can tell how focused he is, even in what seems like the most irrelevant parts of the pregame warm-up and the practice.
That pitch cut on and missed. 2 balls and a strike now to Troy. Gonzalez on third, Jarvis on first. Wells from the belt. The 2-1, a fastball in the dirt, 3-1. Troy is 2 for 3, a base hit in the 4th, and a solo bomb to left field in the 5th. An absolute no-doubter. Troy got a fastball and didn't miss it. Followed up Jarvis's 2-run homer. The 3-1 is chopped to the left side. That's taken on a backhand by Hartford. His throw to first in time, but Gonzalez able to score. Troy's 18th RBI of the season, his second tonight. It's 7-4 Gatemen in the last of the 7th.
Hartford making the right play. Ball on the ground to the shortstop. A lot of guys will try and go to second base, but more bad things than good normally happen when you try and rush a throw like that in a situation where the double play wouldn't end the inning. It would still bring home the run. And Jarvis slides in safely. He's at second now with 1 out.
First pitch to Diodati, fouled back. Jarvis on second, 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. 7-4 Gatemen. They now have runs in 4 of the 7 innings. Diodati is 1 for 3 with a double in the 4th. And calls for time. Officially nighttime at Spillane Field. Second to last home game of the season. The 0-1 hit Diodati. And he rears back in pain for a second, but then quickly trots down the first base line. A good sign. Jarvis was on the move on the pitch. Has to return to second. 2 on, 1 out for Brannigan in the last of the 7th. Gateman up by 3. And Brannigan, who's been on a tear recently, struggling tonight. 0 for 3, all strikeouts.
Happens to the best of them. Doesn't take away from what he's done over the past few days. Average now up to 292.
Takes a fastball outside for ball 1. And still an opportunity to get going in this game, Nick. 2 runners on here. Being played straight up defensively. Can hit it anywhere in the ballpark. The 1-0, slider away. And a mound visit now for Levi Wells. Wells through the 6th inning, got through that cleanly, but now running into trouble in the 7th. He's already given up a run. And he just hit Diodati and fell behind 2-0 to Brannigan.
This is just a meeting to A, calm him down, and B, give the bullpen a chance to get going. Kill some time, get some extra warm-up pitches in for whoever's down there. We can't get a number at the time, but you know the Falmouth bullpen is working in this situation just about getting as many warm-up pitches in as possible for whatever arm is getting loose in the pen.
How short do you think the leash is for Wells? You think he's done after Brannigan?
Well, it depends on how long the bullpen arm's been up, but I would imagine that if Brannigan gets on base here, that'll be the end of the line.
Runners on first and second, 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. 2-0 pitch to Brannigan is a fastball outside, 3-0. Gateman up 7-4. All 4 runs for the Commodores in the 6th. The Gatemen have spread their 7 runs across 4 different innings. The 3-0 to Brannigan. A fastball for a strike. So far in this inning, a walk, a hit, and a hit batsman. 1 run has come across for the Gatemen already in the 7th. Big 3-1 pitch to Brannigan. Here it is, and misses up and out. Brannigan walks, and the bases are loaded with only 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. And you have to think a pitching change imminent for the Commodores. Cameron James coming to the plate. A chance to add to a 3-run lead with the bases loaded. No mound visit for Wells. And his first pitch to James is a fastball that's fouled back to the fence. James 0 for 2. Did have an RBI ground out in the 4th and also drew a walk in the 6th. Jarvis on 3rd, Diodati on 2nd, and Brannigan on 1st. A 1 pitch, swung on and missed. A breaking ball that ran away from James' bat. Gatemen a chance to really extend the lead back out. Up by 3, bases loaded, only 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. Wells working from the windup now. 0-2 to James. Slider away. Good take. 1-2. Wells likes the sign. Now set. The 1-2. Fouled off. Only 3 games left in the season after this. The Gatemen travel to Falmouth to finish the home and home and then return home against Hyannis for the final game of the 2021 season. Trying to finish strong, got a win against Bourne yesterday. Their first win against the Braves this season, 10-3. Chance to add to a 3-run lead here. The 1-2 to James. Swung on and missed. Got him with the fastball. A big strikeout. Now 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. And with the bases loaded, the Gatemen are going to make a change. Kellum Clark replacing Frechette. Replacing Mike Nell. Makes more sense. First baseman for first baseman.
And what I failed to take into account when we had that pitching change discussion was the score. If this game were tied, especially if Falmouth were up in this game, I bet the dugout would be more likely to change out arms. But at this point, what's done is done. You're already down 3. The offense needs to pick you up either way, and there's no sense.
Well, here's the thing, though,
arm.
Nick. You have to win the game. The first pitch to Clark, a fastball that swung on and missed. If they lose, they're out. So you think that might affect it, and I get that it's summer ball. Then that's a valid argument against making that pitching change. But still, these managers in this league care about winning. We've seen that shown. The 0-1, a fastball up and away. 1-1 to Clark. Bases loaded. Gatemen up by 3 in the last of the 7th. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Another fastball. Clark on the season hitting .206. No homers, 3 RBIs. Bases loaded, 2 away. The 1-2 pitch. Check swing for Clark. He went around. Clark disagrees. Doesn't matter. The Gatemen leave the bases loaded. They do get 1 across in the 7th and lead by 3. You're listening to the Gatemen Baseball Network.
earn a bachelor's or master's degree, complete a certificate, or take a single course through the Division of Continuing Education and Graduate Studies at Curry College. In-person and high-flex classes run days, evenings, and weekends in Milton and Plymouth. To learn more about the programs in business, accounting, criminal justice, education, nursing, and more, visit curry.edu.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. We offer over 400 different beverage choices on Cape Cod to quench every thirst, and more than 150 of those are low or no-calorie options.
Cape Cod Healthcare is committed to providing tools and resources for your sustained well-being. We recognize the vital role of preventative medicine in your health journey and want to help you not only get well, but stay well.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. We offer over 400 different beverage choices on Cape Cod to quench every thirst, and more than 150 of those are low or no-calorie options.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the Cape Cod Baseball League and many.
We head to the 8th, 7-4 Gatemen. They get an insurance run in the 7th. And Carter Rustad back on the mound. He's gone 1 2/3 so far. His first pitch to Chris Armstrong is a fastball that probably would have been a strike, but dropped by Frechette. Armstrong, Hall, Curiali, the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Falmouth in the 8th. That pitch up and away. 2 balls, no strikes to Armstrong.
Armstrong nearing the end of turning what was a good season at Florida into a great season on the Cape.
Another pitch up and away, 3-0.
321 the batting average coming into this game. Jumped a little bit after a single in the 6th inning, 1 for 3 today with a run scored for Chris Armstrong.
Yeah, it was 5th in the league coming into tonight. The 3-0 misses inside. 4-pitch walk to start off the 8th for Chris Armstrong. Gatemen up by 3. And Anthony Hall, another left-handed hitter heading to the plate. The left fielder out of Oregon, now on an 11-game hit streak after his RBI double in the 6th.
Well, the leadoff walk is never a good thing, but in a game with a 3-1 lead, that's the worst thing. The only way Falmouth can climb back into this one is if you give them free base runners. Rustad's only job here to pound the zone and pitch to contact.
And his first pitch to Hall is a fastball for a strike. The pitching philosophy changes so much when you have a lead, especially a bigger lead. That pitch, a slider inside, 1-1 to Hall. And the Gateman staff, to be quite frank, hasn't been used to that all season. It's either been a neck-and-neck game or the Gatemen have been slightly behind.
And the Gatemen have played so many close games this season.
The 1-1, lifted high in the air, right field. Gonzalez has a beat on it, tracking to his left, and he makes the catch for the first out.
They've played so many close games, and the pitching for most of the season has been so good. Turnover aside, guys coming in, guys going home, all that aside, the fact that the team ERA and the team numbers across the board for the pitchers are as good as they are, with as poor as the Gateman offense has played in terms of scoring runs, is something that you don't see too often.
3-run lead for the Gatemen, 1 out in the top of the 8th. Armstrong, the runner on first. Now the first pitch to Curiali is grounded foul down the third base line. Curiali 0 for 2. Got an RBI off a sac fly to center in the 6th. All 4 of Falmouth's runs in the 6th. Gatemen with 7 runs in 4 separate innings. The 0-1 to Curiali. Cut on and missed.
Curiali out of UCLA, a freshman All-American back in 2020. Hit just a shade under 300 in the Northwoods League last season.
And he came on strong to start the summer, especially against the Gatemen. The 0-2, a high fastball that swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts now for Rustad. 2 away in the 8th.
Love Rustad climbing the ladder, ahead in the count. Has a pitch to burn, but a tempting pitch nonetheless. Doesn't waste it and puts it right in the perfect spot to get Curiali swinging through it for strike 3.
Now has the left-handed hitter Mitchell Handel out of Fairfield. First pitch to Handel is chopped at the Gateman dugout foul. Armstrong the runner on first with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. 3-run lead for Wareham. Handel is 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the 6th. The 0-1. A fastball for a strike on the inside half. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Called, strike 3, a fastball dots the inside corner. And Rustad, despite giving up a leadoff walk, has a clean 8th inning. 7-4 Gatemen, bottom of the 8th in a moment.
We appreciate and thank the sponsors who support the Cape League and the 10 teams. Our corporate sponsors are the financial backbone of the league. It is with their support that we are able to preserve our long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod. On behalf of the Wareham Gatemen, the 9 other teams, league officers, and the entire Cape League family, we would like to announce and thank our 2021 corporate sponsors. With much appreciation, we recognize
the Yawkey Foundation, Curry College, Cape Cod Healthcare, the 99 Restaurants, Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod,
Badger Sport, 47 Brand, Cape Cod 5 Cent Savings Bank, Milton Cat, Mosquito Marys,
Fairway Financial, Ocean Spray, Seaside Le Mans, Rogers Gray, Franklin Sports,
Cape Destinations, Sullivan Tire, Cape Cod Times, Kinlan and Grover Real Estate, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce,
Highline Cruises, Sports Picks, On Deck Sports, Barnstable Bat, Highness Area Chamber of Commerce,
HP Hood, Sunderland Printing, Axis Bats, Quest Diagnostics, Cape Space. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
The Cape Cod Baseball League and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask for your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or any other intimidating actions will not be tolerated. Thank you. We ask parents to keep their children off the roofs of the dugouts, away from the batting cages, and out of the bullpen areas. Please throw rubbish into the barrels and recycle the aluminum cans in special bins located around the park.
Ladies and gentlemen, state law prohibits the use of any tobacco product on school property. Thanks for keeping us in compliance.
Cameras and video cameras are permitted inside Spillane Field for personal photos, but cannot be used to reproduce the game, players, or on-field events without the
3-run lead for the Gatemen. We enter the bottom of the 8th. Frechette, Fergus, and Gonzalez due up. And Levi Wells still on the mound for Falmouth. Gatemen trying to get their first win of the season against the Commodores and spoil the playoff chances for Falmouth. A win tonight knocks Falmouth out of the playoffs, does secure Katuitt for the 2nd seed, as Frechette takes a fastball for strike 1.
One for 3 with a run scored is Frechette.
The 0-1. Fastball misses outside. Frechette 1 for 3, a base hit in the 3rd. The 1-1. Slider away. Frechette checked his swing, appeal to first. He did not go. 2 balls and a strike to Frechette. Gatemen with 2 runs in the 3rd. Another in the 4th, 2 more in the 5th or 3 more in the 5th, off a 2-run homer for Jarvis, followed by another homer from Troy. As Frechette swings and misses at that pitch, 2-2. And then Falmouth, 4 runs in the 6th. 7-4 Gatemen. Looking for their first home win since July 11th. The 2-2. A breaking ball just outside. Full count. That home win has been elusive, Nick. The last time the Gatemen got a home win, July 11th, like I just mentioned, a 12-1 victory over Hyannis, and that was the only time they were above 500 this season. At 7-6-4 after that win. Payoff pitch to Frechette. Fastball called for strike 3 at the knees. 5 strikeouts for Wells, 1 away in the bottom of the 8th. Nobody on for Fergus with the Gatemen up by 3. And since the Gatemen got that last home win, they've been 5-12-4.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. I didn't know if you wanted to. It's been a long stretch since then. They were just a game over 500, and that was when the wheels started to fall off.
Fergus shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a slider outside for ball 1.
Last night, the Gatemen, even though they won in Bourne, officially eliminated from playoff contention, but would be nice to get at least one more win here at home. They'll have a chance tonight. They're in good shape tonight, and then they'll have one more chance on Wednesday right here against Hyannis.
The 1-0, fouled back. Fergus having himself a good night. 2 for 3, a 2-run homer on a moonshot to left field in the 3rd, and a base hit and a run in the 5th.
Not to mention some defensive prowess as well.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Gap to gap. He's been making plays all night.
The 1-1, a slider for a strike. I think safe to say so far the best game of the season for Cade Fergus.
He very well might have one of the best games of the season for anybody when you look at both the offensive and defensive production.
High fastball gets Fergus to swing and miss. 6 strikeouts now for Wells, 2 away, and still nobody on in the bottom of the 8th. Gatemen up by 3.
Could have backed up my point by not striking out on the very next pitch.
Hey, it's still a great day.
It
2
is.
for 4, a home run, a single.
2 runs scored, a diving catch in left center, a great running play in right center.
Back to the top of the order with Tres Gonzalez, who takes a first pitch strike.
And he needs a hit here. He needs to make this 13-game hit streak 14, and this will almost undoubtedly be his last chance to do it.
He did reach in the 7th on a walk. Ended up scoring. But you're right, Nick. This is most likely his last chance to extend that 13-game hitting streak.
If he doesn't, you know what it means. Tomorrow he can swing for the fences all game. He wants that home run, too.
Fastball up and away makes the count 1-1. Work on the hit streak first. The pitch, grounded right side. That's to the first baseman, Armstrong, who steps on the bag for the 3rd out. So Gonzalez still hitless. Hopefully he has another chance somehow, some way. Actually, hopefully not.
We'll take the win first. We hope the Gatemen don't come back to bat.
Forgot we had run through 8 innings. 7-4 Gatemen. Game flying by. We'll head to the 9th.
Mosquito bites and ticks. No, yikes! When the bugs get scary, just call Mosquito Mary's 866 Ask Mary or visit us at mosquitomarys.com.
Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedoms. In support of this program, the Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey every Friday. This special weekly celebration of Red Shirt Fridays is sponsored by 47 brand, HP Hood, Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority, Advanced Embroidery, and the Cape League. Support our troops and join us by wearing red each Friday.
Whether it's life insurance to safeguard your loved ones, an umbrella policy to protect your teen driver, or making sure your home is covered from storm damage, Rogers Gray is there to guide you. Insurance is more than just a box to check. Trust Rogers Gray, a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
South Coast Health Operators of Charlton Memorial, St. Luke's, and Toby Hospitals delivers an unmatched combination of clinical excellence with a personal touch. They are proud to serve as Southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island's only not-for-profit health system, as well as the region's largest employer. South Coast Healthcare, plus something more.
Three outs to get for the Gatemen. They need their first home win since July 11th, and they're so close, leading 7-4 over the Falmouth Commodores with Carter Rustad back on the mound in an attempt to close it out. Taylor Smith, the 8-hitter, stands in his way. A righty-righty matchup to start this 9th inning. Fastball right by Smith for strike one. Rustad came on in relief for Adam Major, who, though the stat line doesn't reflect it, was very good tonight. The Gatemen with a chance to get through this game using just two pitchers. As another pitch finds the strike zone. Rustad quickly ahead 0-2.
And I've been impressed with Rustad so far. This has arguably been his best outing of the season. His stuff looks good.
Knows what he wants and comes with it 0-2. High fastball. Smith leaves it upstairs. Rustad from the windup will work from the third base side of the rubber. Here's the 1-2. Chopped foul. Smith not going down easy with two strikes. He is 0 for 0 tonight. Has not recorded an at-bat. 3 walks to his name.
That's still a good day.
Yes, it is. Outfield straight up spread out. Infield the same as the 1-2 misses upstairs.
And the way he's been able to get those 3 walks is he's taken some tough pitches with 2 strikes. That one not particularly tough to take, but a few right around the zone against Major.
Rustad deals the 2-2. Cued foul. Two balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man here in the 9th. The pitch gets to the backstop. It was ball 3, and that fills the count. Smith, 197 the batting average this season. 5 home runs, 9 RBI. But his main priority now is to get on base and get something started for Falmouth. The offense has been quiet for the Commodores with the exception of the 6th inning. They scored all 4 of their runs in the 6th. After Major started that inning, Rustad came on in relief. They've been held quiet since then. Ripped foul is the 3-2 pitch.
Smith is a stubborn out today, Nick, despite the fact that he had a 197 batting average coming into this game.
Been one of 2 catchers serving for the majority of this season on the Falmouth roster. This is his first start against the Gatemen. The 3-2, cut on and missed, strike 3. A beautiful get from Carter Rustad. That would have potentially been ball 4, but Smith helped him out. It was a good pitch, and strikeout number 6 is the first out of the 9th.
Finally got Smith to go down. And it was a low pitch well out of the zone, but got Smith to chase. Now we're going to see our first pinch hitter for Falmouth.
Michael Bacchetti was still looking for his first CCBL hit. He'll have to wait a little longer as Cody Colden steps into the box now. Colden out of Washington State. A .320 batting average in the Pac-12 this season. First plate appearance of the night. Pops the first pitch straight behind the backstop.
And he was a leadoff man to start the season for the Commodores. Kind of fizzled out of that role, but he's still been a big piece of the lineup.
0-1 misses inside. Colden, a 169 hitter on the CCBL season. Did some damage against the Gatemen early, but as you said, Jack, some struggles this season have pushed him into more of a spotty role for the Commodores since then. He rolls over one to third base. Cameron James is up with a strong throw to first. And that is out number 2. 1 to go for the Gatemen. So Braden Taylor stands in the way. 0 for 4 tonight, 2 strikeouts, 2 groundouts to second. But a force to be reckoned with. 2 for his last 17, but he is perhaps the best hitter in the Commodore order. And not an easy out to get in any situation as Rustad gets a fastball over the outer third.
Oh, Rustad's in control right now, Nick. And he is riding the momentum.
Downstairs with the 0-1. Braden Taylor from West Jordan, Utah. Looking for his first hit of the night. He's the last hope for Falmouth. Fouls one off the shin guard of Frechette. And now the door is down to their final strike. 7-4 is the Gatemen lead. Base is empty, 2 outs. Feet together on the rubber for Carter Rustad. Holds his glove waist high. Now deals the 1-2. Breaking ball missed inside. Taylor jumps out of the way. And we'll try it again. Here's the 2-2. Grounded right side and into right field for a base hit. So close yet so far for Carter Rustad, then 2 Gatemen infielders who both made diving attempts, both came up empty. And a base runner aboard with 2 outs.
Oh, man. Past a diving Troy and a stretching Kellum Clark. Tough break.
So this is Casey Harford. Tying run on deck. For now, Harford just needs to find a way aboard. He's done that once tonight with a triple in the 6th. Reaches for the first pitch, and yes, he did go.
Well, not take anything away from his triple, but I think it's a play Diodati could have made. Lost it in the lights. It landed at the base of the wall in left field. Other than that, 0 for 3.
Rustad kicks and deals, and it's chopped foul down the third base side. So once again, the Commodores down to their final strike. Rustad with 1 more pitch to execute. Everybody in the ballpark hungry for this win. From the guys on the field to the Gatemen in the dugout to the fans in the stands. Spillane needs to see a win. The 0-2. Got him! Strike 3. That'll do it. For the first time in 22 days, the Gatemen pick up a win at Spillane Field. They take down the Commodores for the first time this season. 7-4 is your final. Stay with us. We'll break it all down for you on the Gatemen postgame show.
We appreciate and thank the sponsors who support the Cape League and the 10 teams. Our corporate sponsors are the financial backbone of the league. It is with their support that we are able to preserve our long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod. On behalf of the Wareham Gatemen, the 9 other teams, league officers, and the entire Cape League family, we would like to announce and thank our 2021 corporate sponsors. With much appreciation, we recognize
The Yawkey Foundation, Curry College, Cape Cod Healthcare, the 99 Restaurants, Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod,
Badger Sport, 47 Brand, Cape Cod 5 Cent Savings Bank, Milton Cat, Mosquito Marys.
Fairway Financial, Ocean Spray, Seaside Le Mans, Rogers Gray, Franklin Sports.
Cape Destinations, Sullivan Tire, Cape Cod Times, Kinlan Grover Real Estate, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce.
Highline Cruises, Sports Picks, On Deck Sports, Barnstable Bat, Highness Area Chamber of Commerce.
HP Hood, Sunderland Printing, Axis Bats, Quest Diagnostics, Cape Space. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
The Cape Cod Baseball League and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask for your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or any other intimidating actions will not be tolerated. Thank you. We ask parents to keep their children off the roofs of the dugouts, away from the batting cages, and out of the bullpen areas. Please throw rubbish into the barrels and recycle the aluminum cans in special bins located around the park.
Ladies and gentlemen, state law prohibits the use of any tobacco product on school property. Thanks for keeping us in compliance.
Cameras and video cameras are permitted inside Spillane Field for personal photos but cannot be used to reproduce the game, players, or on-field events without the express written permission of the Wareham Gatemen. Use of camera or video equipment must not interfere with other fans' enjoyment of the game.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
Badger Sport is a leading provider of superior quality team uniforms and performance athletic wear, including performance t-shirts, fleeces, shorts, and pants. From the fields to the stands, and at every practice along the way, Founders Sport Group makes authentic, quality apparel accessible at the speed of the sport. Visit foundersport.com today. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal.
Baseball Factory is a company specializing in player development and college placement of high school baseball players. We care about guiding players to a college that is the perfect fit. Give us a call at 877-752-6025 to get started today.
For a nostalgic Cape Cod vacation experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950s-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities. The Gatemen thank the Bay Motor Inn for their support.
Baseball Factory's vision is to guide both players and parents through the college recruiting process into professionally trained players in order to find a school that is the right fit, both academically and athletically. Contact us at 877-752-6025.
Come on over to BB's Bar and Grill for food, drinks, and fun. Located on Cranberry Highway. Come in to...
That feels good, Jack, doesn't it?
What does?
Gotta win. Gotta win here at home. 2 in a row now for the Gatemen after a dominant performance in Bourne last night. They come right back at home. They continue the success both on the mound and at the plate. And, I mean, there's a lot of good things to say across the board. But for now, we'll send it down to our sideline reporter, Julia Joseph, who has Cade Fergus.
Julia Joseph alongside center fielder Cade Fergus. Cade, you started off tonight and really set the tone with a 2-run homer, and you appeared to have the biggest smile on your face when you crossed home plate. Tell me about your emotion during that moment.
To be honest, Tommy Troy hit a home run yesterday, and he's been making fun of me a lot, you know. So I just was really, really happy to get him back. And but then he hit another one, so I was kind of upset at that. But it's okay. I guess I'll have to try to catch him again. So.
And you brought in your teammate, Anthony Frechette, also your teammate at GW. What has it been like playing with him in the Cape this summer?
It's been a blast. I mean, me and Tony, we've been through everything together. So since freshman year, we're one of 5 people left in our class. But it's just been a blast to have him come in and just to see him do well and do his thing, you know?
Yep. And now you got that 2-run homer tonight. You can make fun of Tommy now. What do you want to say to him?
No, he's still got more than me. I can't make fun of him. Hey, Tommy, I appreciate the ride to CVS this before the game. Yeah, that's all I got for you.
All right. Thank you, Cade.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Julia. 7-4 is your final from Spillane Field in favor of the Gatemen. She had Cade Fergus. That was the best night of them all, Jack. What did you see from him?
Yeah, and I just saw a guy who was ready to play. I mean, he came out swinging the bat, had the home run, his first at-bat in the second inning, a 2-run absolute moonshot to left field. I mean, Anthony
hung
Hall
up there forever.
Anthony Hall was thinking, when is this thing going to come down? When it finally did, it was over the fence and left. And then defensively, that's a whole nother performance for Fergus. A diving catch in left center field. He also tracked the ball all the way into right center in Gonzalez's territory when Gonzalez lost the ball in the lights. So, just for lack of a better term, lights-out performance from Cade Fergus. When a lot of guys couldn't see things in the outfield, he covered all the ground in center field and then had a tremendous day at the plate as well. His best game of the season and one of the best performances we've seen individually from a Gateman this summer.
You just touched on that for a moment. I want to run back to that for a second. He had a great performance defensively in the outfield on a night where it was clearly not very easy to see the baseball. Owen Diodati lost a triple in the light, a ball in the lights that turned into a triple. Can you speculate at all as to what was going on out there?
I think it had to do with the color of the sky, because the sky was almost this light gray color where the ball seemingly disappeared when it got up in the air. And it happened to me a couple times in the booth. That's how I knew, because there were some balls that got up there in the sky that I completely lost and didn't know where they were going to land. And clearly the outfielders didn't know where they were landing either. So it made me feel a little bit better about it. And I think what it was is just the fact that the lighting was a little bit awkward, a little bit different than it normally is, and matched with the lights coming down onto the field. It just created a combination that was impossible to see the baseball.
And we've played close to 20 games now here at Spillane Field. This is the first time we've seen anything like this. So I can't imagine it has anything to do with anything other than the conditions of the sky. And on a beautiful evening, not when you would expect fly balls to get lost in the sky. It was perfect. It was clear. It was cool. It was everything you could ask for a perfect night of baseball weather. And just unfortunate for Adam Major, suffered a couple blows there and was on the receiving end of some of that bad luck. But to throw it to him for a little bit, he was really good on the mound, and on a night when he didn't have his best stuff, was still able to get the job done.
Well, he didn't, and that's a great way to bring it up, because he goes 5 no-hit innings, but they weren't clean innings. He had trouble in the third, I believe, an error, and then another error got Chris Armstrong to third with nobody out, and then 2 walks for Major as well, but is able to strike out the side, gets out of a bases-loaded jam. And then again in the 6th, that's when things kind of unravel. He got the first out of the inning, but then you get the triple. That's really just a little bit of bad luck, because Diodati lost the ball. It lands at the base of the wall in left field. Probably a play Diodati makes, and we've seen him make 9 times out of 10. But that drops in, then 3 more hits to follow, and the line for Major at the end of the game wasn't that great, but he pitched really well. Got through 5 1/3 and put the Gatemen in a position to win the game, and then got some run help, which he has sorely deserved after his performances so far this season.
That's perfect, Jack. Not just needed, but deserved. And then he gave way after a tough, gritty outing to Carter Rustad, who did what he could do with the base runners he inherited and then finished the job for the Gatemen.
Yeah, Carter Rustad, I think his best performance of the season so far. He was locating his fastball extremely well. In the final line, I've got it right here, it goes 3 2/3, only gives up 2 hits, no runs, and 2 walks. 6 strikeouts for Rustad. I was extremely impressed for him, and a great way to potentially close his season if we don't see him again.
I can't imagine we see either one of those guys again, given the number of pitches they threw. Just 2 games left on the season. If you want to catch more of Major, he'll be at Iowa next year. Rustad will be at San Diego, and can't wait to see what those guys do through the rest of their college careers. Last thing we need to tend it to is Jim Jarvis and Tommy Troy. Back-to-back home runs in the 5th inning. Tommy Troy with some pop, Jim Jarvis with some pop, and loving what we're seeing from those 2 guys in the recent games.
Yeah, just the second time that's happened so far this season where the Gatemen get back-to-back home runs. And Jarvis came up, his 4th home run in 7 games. He is on an absolute tear right now. And I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe he's corking his bat up or something. But he is hitting the ball, demolishing it to all parts of the ballpark. All of his home runs have been to right, but we've seen him go the other way for some deep line drives. Jim Jarvis, if you're listening or watching this broadcast right now, that's a guy to keep an eye on because now developing the power in his arsenal, he could be a big-time prospect coming up that people don't really know that much about. And then Tommy Troy, just doing what he's done all season, follows up with a solo shot of his own to left field. He has 4 home runs on the season and home runs in back-to-back games as well.
2 guys. Tommy Troy with probably the highest pro upside on this team, and Jim Jarvis, a guy who's come in and probably improved his draft stock as much as anybody in this league. Love to see what those 2 guys are doing. For tonight, we'll send it away. 7-4 your final in favor of the Gatemen. They got a much-needed win here at Spillane Field. They'll have one more tomorrow night on the road against Falmouth, and then right back here to close out the season against Hyannis. For Jack Sadighian, I'm Nick Magas saying so long for now, and thank you for joining us on the Gatemen Baseball Network.